The Pit Explained, Season 1, Episode 9. 3 p.m. 9 hours into the shift at Pittsburgh Trauma Medical Hospital. Senior resident Collins is quietly falling apart. She's confided her miscarriage to charge nurse Dana, who is the only person keeping that secret. Intern Santos is still at odds with her supervisor Langdon, whose teaching style is about to cross a line. An angry patient in the waiting room has been simmering for hours, and the fallout from 6-year-old Amber's death last episode hangs over everything.
This episode opens with Collins pulling Dana aside and breaking down about the miscarriage. Dana tells her to go home, see her OB, but Collins refuses, says she checked herself, she's fine. And then she crumbles, saying she regrets buying a stroller.
And Dana doesn't try to fix it. No platitudes, just raw solidarity.
Then Robby gives a staff debrief about Amber's death. Shares a story from his residency about a 5-year-old who was shot, walking all night, finding a cemetery where he decided to store his grief.
And Dana calls him out immediately. Tells him he just gave a speech on how to literally bury your feelings. He asks if Collins is okay, and Dana shuts that down too. She's protecting Collins from Robby, which makes sense given their whole history.
Then the waiting room explodes. 2 women fight over masking a coughing kid. One breaks the other's tooth and it gets embedded in the puncher's hand. Dana storms in and shames the entire room into silence.
Meanwhile, a Pitfest MDMA overdose arrives by helicopter. Core temp over 107, they pack her in ice, push Ativan. Santos and Mohan are managing it while Langdon handles the fight bite patients. And then the overdose patient starts seizing.
Mohan wants more Ativan and Keppra, but Santos pushes back. She thinks it's hyponatremia, low sodium from dancing and drinking water for hours without electrolytes.
How did she know?
A friend of hers had the same thing at a festival, so she orders hypertonic saline before labs even come back. Sodium turns out to be 112, and it saves the patient. But when Langdon storms in furious, nobody called him, Santos flips the story, takes the blame, and gives Mohan credit for the saline call.
And Langdon tears into her in front of everyone, questions her competence, calls her a beginner with no business making calls. Right after she made the save.
Robby overhears and shuts it down. Tells Langdon that kind of treatment teaches nothing.
But then 10 minutes later, Langdon is in the break room with Mel, who's still shaken from Amber's death. Same guy.
Completely different person. He tells Mel her sensitivity is an asset, assigns her to pick gravel from a road rash, basically meditation for someone neurodivergent.
2 faces of the same teacher. Then a car crash lands. The driver is Paula, who Collins discovers delivered a baby 10 days ago and was treated that morning by McKay for a UTI. Paula's BP crashes, she's intubated, temp spikes to 102, septic shock.
CTs are all clean, chest, belly, head. So where's the source? Endometritis, a uterine infection postpartum. The urine sample that morning was contaminated by cervical discharge. It was never a UTI, and the sepsis caused her to black out behind the wheel.
What does Collins say to McKay?
Every postpartum patient needs a pelvic exam.
And Collins raises weight bias, whether McKay's assessment was shaped by the patient's size. McKay pushes back, but agrees to watch for it.
Hard conversation for both of them.
Then there's Krakosia, the patient who urinated on Whitaker during a psychotic episode. He asks to see Whitaker and apologizes. Schizophrenia from past meth use, clean a year, but unhoused and can't afford his antipsychotics.
So Whitaker and social worker Kiara set up a monthly injection through the hospital's street team. And Whitaker volunteers to deliver it himself, his biggest character moment of the season, going from the kid who got humiliated on day 1 to choosing community medicine.
That's a real arc.
The episode ends on 2 wildly different notes. A patient's dog catches one of the rats loose in the hospital since episode 2. Whitaker finishes it off, the whole staff cheers. Then Dana steps outside for a smoke break and Doug Driscoll walks up and punches her in the face.
He'd been escalating all episode, complaining about wait times, calling other patients losers, almost leaving AMA until Langdon hit him with the liability form. He drops the AMA form on Dana and walks away. A sucker punch on the one person who'd been keeping the peace all shift.
A patient punched Dana in the face outside the hospital. Collins is still hiding the miscarriage from Robby. Robby has his eye on Langdon now.